Before I get started, I want to give a special shout out to the Miami Marlins for almost costing us the entire 2020 season. Way to go, guys! Hey everybody, how's it going? Hopefully we have baseball today. We'll find out. I don't even know if there is a game to pre, but the Yankees are scheduled to play the Phillies tonight at 6 p.m. That is all dependent on the results of the Phillies COVID-19 test. If you didn't hear, yesterday's game was postponed or canceled. I haven't heard of a makeup date because the Miami Marlins came to town, had 12 players get infected with COVID, and then they played the Phillies. They had a vote before the game to find out if they should play the team. They're high-fiving each other. I mean, come on, guys. We're all trying to get through this, without shutting down the season because of a major catastrophe. You got to be more careful than that. I'm not blaming Derek Jeter, despite my cold opening there, but I really think that teams need to take more responsibility, especially the players, to make sure that, if we're going to play this season, that we can actually finish the season. And that involves actually abiding by the protocol. So I don't know if we're going to have a game today. I figured I would hop on and do a little bit of a chat. Anyway, the season is, as I say on the sidebar there, the new sidebar, on a knife's edge. I mean, it could go either way. If we find out that the entire Phillies team is infected now, that's going to, be a major hiccup for Major League Baseball. And if we have a third team that this happens to, which, we're 3 games into the season, and this has already affected 40% of a single team, if this happens to another team, I think that there's no way that they finish the year. But apparently, Major League Baseball right now is not considering shutting things down. They're just going to power through it, man. I mean, most people are going to be okay, but as you saw with Eduardo Rodriguez, some guys have lingering effects. He's got a heart issue, heart inflammation, and everybody has the right to opt out this year, so I guess the guys who are there are willing to take that risk. But, we'll see which way it goes. Right now, I'm hoping that we can complete all 60 games, or as it stands now for the Yankees, 59 games. I don't know if they're going to make up that other game. They may play a doubleheader. I don't know. But the season, this is an odd year. This weekend, the 31st, was traditionally the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. I found out that has been moved to August 31st, and that teams can only trade players that are on their 60-player pool. So you can't trade minor leaguers who are not with the team. I don't see the Yankees making any major moves either way. What needs do they have? I mean, their rotation is solid. Their bullpen is solid. Their offense is solid. You got more than enough outfielders, more than enough infielders. I mean, I suppose you could get maybe another bullpen arm. Their bullpen has been a little shaky at times so far, but I think the bullpen is going to come around, especially with a shortened season. These guys have great track records. The bullpen's going to be fine. Today's starting pitcher was originally supposed to be Garrett Cole. It will probably be Jay Happ at this point. I think I heard that Jay Happ was just being pushed back a day, and that will allow Garrett Cole to make the home opener debut tomorrow. So that works out nice. Get to see Garrett Cole in pinstripes for the first time. But back to Jay Happ. He looked sharp in spring training. His fastball was consistently 93 to 95 miles an hour. He doesn't get a lot of movement on his fastball, but he's another one of these high spin rate guys who, when he's locating, is quite effective. If you remember when he first joined the Yankees 2 years ago, he was 7-0 or 7-1 down the stretch. He was great in 2018. He struggled in the postseason against the Red Sox, but he was great down the stretch. Last year, he had trouble putting it together at the beginning of the year. He was better late. Look for Jay Happ to work right-handed hitters on the inside part of the plate with that fastball. Hard in, soft away, so hard fastballs in, change-ups, and sinkers away. Against lefties, he's going to throw that hard up and in fastball, and a lot of lefties don't throw to other lefties inside, which I think is a mistake. Lefties should go inside to lefties more, and then he'll work away with the breaking ball. He's got a little bit of a cutter, but Jay Happ getting his season debut. if you're not up to date on what's going on with the Phillies, they have a new manager. You've probably heard of him. His name is Joe Girardi, ex-Yankees catcher and ex-Yankees manager. He managed the Yankees to the World Series in 2009. I will always remember Joe Girardi as being a great manager. I don't care what anybody says about his personality. He was very truculent with the media. He was very stoic and not emotional and very by the books. But he won a lot of games for the Yankees. And like I said, managed them to a World Series. How could you not like the guy? Sure, he made some bonehead calls in 2017 in the ALDS against the Indians. I think it was game 2. The Yankees were up late in the game, middle of the game maybe. Chad Green was on the mound. He throws a pitch that looked like it hit the batter. Joe Girardi doesn't challenge, and then like a pitch or two later, the guy hits a grand slam. I think it was Lindor. So, that was a bonehead move. But, I mean, you can't grade an entire legacy on one move. I mean, sure enough, the moves he made in the playoff run in 2009 were good enough to get them to the World Series. And then, he did a great job in the World Series. 2010, they get back to the ALCS. They lost that one because Josh Hamilton killed them. 2012, I think they lost in the ALCS because Derek Jeter got hurt, and that zapped the life out of the team. Also, they were aging at that point. Joe Girardi was a good manager, and he's going to do a nice job with the Phillies. He's definitely going to do better than Gabe Kapler did. And Sir Didi Gregorius has joined the Phillies. He had a home run the other day with a mask on. Didi Gregorius is one of my all-time favorite Yankees at this point, and I wish him luck in Philadelphia. It's going to be hard seeing him play in New York later this week with the red uni on. We'll see how that makes me feel. But anyway, I'm moving the lineup to the beginning of the postgame. That will help you just with the new format that I'm doing. I think you'll like it better. But I've already talked about the starting pitcher, so I will see you after the game for the postgame reaction, if there's a game.